When you think of Nashville, your first thought is probably country music.
But what you may not realize is that it is an incredible foodie town and has its own kind of Southern style cuisine. They're known for something called the Meat and Three, which has a meat and 3 sides that go with it. And they also have this amazing Nashville fruit tea that I had never heard of before until we went to Nashville. So when we looked for places to check out, we tried to focus on places that were family friendly, might have outdoor seating so that we could take our dog Jasper with us, and that focused on that Nashville Southern style food.
So come along with us as we find 6 places near Nashville that you should check out.
Our first restaurant recommendation for you in the Nashville area is this awesome little restaurant called Biscuit Love.
They have multiple locations. One is in Gulch, one in Hillsborough Village, and one in downtown Franklin. And we went to the one in downtown Franklin.
Yeah, it was great. It was in this old vintage home that had this huge back covered patio. So it was a perfect place to actually be able to eat there with Jasper.
They're open for breakfast, lunch, and brunch. So don't plan to go there for dinner, but anytime in the first half of the day, it's the place to go.
It's kind of a neat restaurant too, because it started out as a food truck that was in an Airstream trailer. So neat that they've transitioned now to a restaurant with multiple locations.
We got some bonuts there, kind of interesting, sort of a cross between a biscuit and a donut. It's fried biscuit dough tossed in sugar, tossed with lemon mascarpone, and served over kind of a blueberry compote.
It's delicious, and I'm not really a donut person or a biscuit person. It was really good. And this was one of the places where we got to try that Nashville fruit tea, which is like this, it's basically sweet tea that has tons of different fruit juices in it, like orange juice and pineapple juice. And every restaurant has their own little tweak on it, but it is yummy. So you got to check out Biscuit Love.
Spot number 2 is a place called Double Dogs, and I really like their slogan, sit, stay, eat.
Pretty cute. For people who are dog lovers, that's why we selected this one, was simply because of the name and that these people built it because they love their dogs. And you got to check out their website. They've got some funny dog humor on it. But we also picked it because it does have an outdoor patio.
So they have 7 locations. They're in Kentucky and Tennessee, and we ate at the one that was in Hillsborough Village.
Yep. And so one of their fun dog-themed items on their menu that we got were the dog bowl nachos. And so it's just basically your typical loaded nachos served in a dog bowl.
And then we also paired with that some stroganoff mac and cheese, which had sort of sliced beef and some mushrooms and onions and au jus and provolone cheese and more cheese and more cheese and more cheese.
Yep, and it was served in a mini cast iron skillet. Pretty cool.
So it was a fun place, and it was nice to be able to bring Jasper to a dog-themed restaurant, even though we ate outside on the patio. So be sure to check out Double Dogs.
Our third Nashville restaurant choice for you is the Loveless Cafe, and this one is very popular. It's been on all kinds of food TV shows and everything, so you got to make sure that you get there early to check this one out. It was started in the 1950s by the Loveless couple who ran a motel, and their restaurant got super popular, and so you're still going to see that at this restaurant that there is the motel there, but it's now a whole themed grounds based on the restaurant. It's really fun.
They're probably the best time to be there is during some of the non-peak hours. So stay away maybe from holidays, and your best times will be Tuesdays through Thursdays, like either in the morning, 7 to 9, or maybe for an early dinner, maybe 2 to 6.
So we did a really tricky thing to make sure we could get there. We went during a peak time, but we sat out at the picnic table, got on the phone, and called in a pickup order. And within 15 minutes, we had our food ready to go, and we sat out on the picnic tables to enjoy our food, and that way Jasper could join us as well.
It's pretty sneaky, too, because the wait time, if we wanted to eat in the restaurant, was going to be well over an hour. So doing the pickup and eat outside worked out fantastic. And better yet, they had all kinds of outdoor games. There was cornhole and this little game where you swing this washer and try to hook it on the little eye hook. And so lots of just fun family things to check out while you're there on the grounds.
Yep, and we had yummy Southern food there. Again, that's what their focus is on, is that Nashville-style comfort food. So Eric had some meatloaf and green beans and macaroni and cheese, and I decided to go for their side item meal to try some of their really famous sides, and got the cream corn, their mac and cheese, and their hash brown casserole, and a side salad to try to get something healthy in there with all of that stuff. And again, some Nashville sweet tea.
It's iconic, so check out the Loveless Cafe. We're up to number 4. You can't go to Nashville without trying some barbecue. And we headed over to Martin's Barbecue Joint.
So Martin's is another one of those places that's been on all the cooking shows. It's one of those really super popular ones, well known. It is located in 4 states. It was started, though, in Tennessee, and they have 6 locations in Tennessee. We went to the one in Mount Juliet because it was very close to where we were camping. And this is one that does not have outdoor seating, so we took it to go. When you look at the inside of the restaurant, it's hopping with lots of people. It does have a cool patio area, the one in Mount Juliet. It's just a covered patio area, so you can't bring a dog in there.
We got some good food. We really enjoyed the barbecue. Cindy had something called a redneck taco. It was like having barbecue on top of, it looks like a pancake, but it's a cornbread hoe cake. And it was topped with slaw and barbecue sauce. You can then choose what kind of meat to put on it. They have lots of different choices. I think you had the pork is what you put on it.
Yep.
And I had a big old slab of ribs plus beans, and got to have some more mac and cheese, because that's all that seemed like we ate while we were in Nashville. But that food was good.
Yep. The only thing I would tell you not to get, which we did try, I'm usually all about trying some dessert, and they had some strawberry cake that is only served on Saturdays, and that happened to be the day that we were there. And it's one thing that was recommended that don't get it. It was $4 for a little tiny square of cake that was honestly kind of dry. So skip the cake, stick with the barbecue, and try Martin's for sure. Our 5th option for you to try in Nashville is super cool. It's called Monell's, and they have 3 locations. And we did the one called Monell's at the Manor, and it's in this huge old 1800s mansion that was actually built by the guy who built the Parthenon in Nashville, so that's kind of a cool fact. But it's near the Nashville airport, and it is a super fun place because they serve the food family style.
They're not open for dinner every day. The dinner options are, I think, just Tuesday through Saturday. We were there for lunch, but it really is a neat opportunity to go into a restaurant, especially like for us in an area that we don't know anybody, and they sit you with other families, and so you get to know some people while you eat dinner or lunch.
Or breakfast. They do serve breakfast too. But we did go for lunch, and we were seated at this big, huge table. You do not pick what you're going to order. They bring you, just like at home, whatever mom's making in the kitchen, that's what you eat at the table. So they always have fried chicken, and then each day there are certain meats they highlight, and then there's tons of sides. It's all served family style in big bowls. You pass it around the table, and it is yummy and filling.
I think it cost us around $15 a person, which really wasn't bad at all, considering that included your drink, all you can eat, food, entree, sides, and dessert. I think they had rolls and everything. So
everything.
It was really a good value considering the amount of food that you were able to get.
Yep, and this was our first place that we got to try that Nashville fruit tea that I kind of got hooked on. Yummy stuff.
Our 6th and final restaurant we're featuring is a Nashville icon, Pucketts.
So Pucketts has 5 locations in the area, and we ate at the downtown Nashville location. It was nice because, again, it was a place we could take Jasper. The downtown location has some outdoor seating, and we had a super nice waitress that took care of us on a really busy evening.
It was super busy. In fact, I think the patio had already closed for the night. She saw us out there and went out of her way to still serve us, even though the patio was closed.
Yep, so when we ordered our food that evening, we split some of the Pucketts barbecue sliders, because again, Nashville food, and tried their skillet mac and cheese. Imagine that, more mac and cheese. And we got it with sweet potato fries, which we actually had asked to sub out for. And our sweet waitress, who felt so bad that she gave us sweet potato fries, went ahead and gave us free dessert. And oh my goodness, are we glad we got that? I ended up getting this delicious blackberry cobbler a la mode, yummy vanilla ice cream. Good stuff. So the food was delicious. So if you're going to be in Nashville, find a Pucketts location and check it out. As a foodie person, I always love to find great restaurants to explore, and Nashville did not disappoint.
There are thousands of places to eat in Nashville. What are some of your favorites? Please get down in the comments and let us know. It's always fun to get out and explore because today is an adventure day.